The sound of screeching tires tore through the calm evening, followed by the sickening thud of a body hitting the ground. A crowd gathered within moments, whispers turning into gasps as they saw a young pregnant woman lying unconscious on the road. Her hands instinctively clutched her belly, protecting the life inside her. Standing beside a shiny black sports car, with arrogance written all over his face, was Ryan, the only son of a wealthy millionaire. Instead of panic or remorse, his lips curled into annoyance. Why was she even walking in the middle of the road? "Doesn't she know who I am?" he muttered, brushing imaginary dust off his designer jacket. The crowd glared at him. Some pulled out their phones, others rushed to help the woman. A middle-aged man shouted, "Call an ambulance. She's pregnant." But Ryan remained unmoved. He thought his father's influence and wealth could bury any trouble. He had grown up believing money erased mistakes and power silenced truth. But little did he know that this night would strip away everything he thought he knew, and what he discovered about the woman's husband would leave him frozen forever. At the hospital, doctors rushed the woman into the emergency ward. Her condition was critical, and the baby's life hung in the balance. Ryan sat outside with his usual smugness, twirling his car keys. He didn't care about her, he only worried about the noise this incident would create in the media. His phone buzzed repeatedly with his friends asking about the crazy stunt he pulled. He laughed it off, never imagining the storm about to come his way. Hours later, the doctor emerged. His expression was grave. "The woman is stable for now, but she's suffered internal injuries. We need her family here immediately." Before Ryan could shrug it off, the hospital doors opened, and a man walked in. He wasn't dressed in expensive clothes, nor did he carry the air of wealth. His face was weary, his shirt sleeves rolled up, and his eyes carried the weight of endless struggles. This was Daniel, the woman's husband. When Daniel saw his wife lying unconscious, tears welled up in his eyes. He held her hand and whispered, "Hold on, Anna. You and the baby need to be safe." Ryan, standing a few feet away, rolled his eyes. He thought Daniel was just another poor man who would beg for compensation. He even smirked to himself, ready to throw a few bundles of cash at him and make the problem disappear. But Daniel didn't even glance at him. His entire focus was on his wife and unborn child. Later, when the police arrived, Ryan's arrogance showed in full. He pulled out his phone and called his father's lawyer. "Handle it," he said coldly, thinking this would be over in minutes. But what shocked him was Daniel's reaction. When the officers asked if Daniel wanted to file a case, he simply said, "Right now, I don't care about courts or punishments. I just want my wife and baby alive." His voice trembled but carried a strength Ryan had any, with theirs. He was forced to visit the hospital repeatedly because of the police investigation. Each time, he watched Daniel sit tirelessly beside Anna's bed, praying, feeding her, talking to her, even when she couldn't respond. Ryan couldn't understand it. For the first time, he saw love that wasn't wrapped in wealth or status but in sacrifice and faith. The truth began to unravel when Ryan overheard a conversation between a nurse and a doctor. "That's Anna's husband," the nurse whispered. "He sold almost everything he had for her treatments before. He works 2 jobs just to keep their family afloat. And still, he never complains. He says Anna is his greatest blessing." Something shifted inside Ryan. He realized Daniel wasn't weak, he was strong in ways Ryan could never imagine. Money had made Ryan powerful, but Daniel's love and resilience made him unbreakable. But the biggest shock came when Ryan's lawyer advised him to offer Daniel a huge sum of money to settle everything. Ryan walked into the hospital room, tossing a check on the table. "Here, take this. $100,000. Forget what happened. You can live a better life with this." Daniel looked at the check, then at Ryan. His eyes, tired yet fierce, locked onto Ryan's. He pushed the check back and said in a steady voice, "My wife's life and my child's life are not for sale. You think money can fix everything, but it can't buy love, it can't buy health, and it can't erase guilt. What you did almost took everything from me, but I will not let your money define the value of my family." Ryan froze. For the first time, someone had rejected his wealth as if it meant nothing. His chest tightened. He thought about all the people in his life who stayed close only because of his father's fortune. None of them would have rejected his money like Daniel just did. As days passed, Ryan began to change. Against his will, he kept coming back, watching Daniel's quiet strength, listening to his soft prayers, and seeing Anna's slow recovery. He felt guilt gnawing at him, something he had never felt before. When Anna finally opened her eyes, Daniel wept openly, holding her hand and thanking God. Ryan stood at the corner, his throat dry, realizing that he had almost destroyed a love so pure. The biggest turning point came when Anna asked to see Ryan. With fragile breath, she said, "You nearly killed me and my child. But hatred will not heal us. Learn from this mistake. Use your wealth to help people, not hurt them." Her words pierced deeper than any punishment could. For the first time in his life, Ryan bowed his head. He apologized sincerely, tears streaming down his face. He promised Anna and Daniel that he would take responsibility. And he did. Ryan funded not just Anna's recovery but also started a foundation for accident victims, using his father's fortune for a greater cause. The story of the arrogant millionaire's son who hit a pregnant woman spread.